I'm Allendale's Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin with a look at your midday weather update. Current surface analysis across the middle of the country shows that we've got high pressure sitting now over west central parts of Ohio. That's key because on the backside of the high, we're seeing warmer air surge northward, nice south wind flow. And it's also a moist air mass that's starting to surge northward, partially due to the fact we've got a stationary front that just sits across the lower Ohio Valley down into Mason-Dixon line area. And so moisture associated with that stationary front is lifting north. So humidity values will be working higher across a large part of the Corn Belt over the next few days. Keeping an eye on a front that's working through the northern plains right now through North Dakota. As that settles across Minnesota tomorrow, we're going to be looking for some thunderstorm action to probably fire off late tomorrow night and then through Saturday and Sunday as the front continues to traverse the Corn Belt from northwest to southeast. It likely slows a little bit as it makes it farther south and east, but it also looks like the best action falls apart a little bit. I'm looking right now still for a 1/4 to 1 inch of rain across the central and western part of the Corn Belt, 1/4 to 1/2 inch rainfall totals the farther east and south you go as the action falls apart. A few changes from yesterday that we highlighted in our morning online write-up this morning still are in play, and that deals with some scattered thunderstorms that kind of want to hang on as we go through Monday and Tuesday across Illinois, parts of eastern Iowa, and southern parts of Wisconsin. There's plentiful moisture in there, and it looks like maybe 1 or 2 thunderstorm clusters will fire off. That'll keep rain top of mind. Moisture, though, probably only has about 40% coverage in that period or in that geographical area as well. Our next front looks very nice coming across the Corn Belt late next week. The 30th, 31st, still my primary days. We expanded it last night into the 29th just a little bit. The front looks good. Major air mass change from ahead to behind the front, but we're seeing a little bit of a change in moisture right now, and part of this is due to the fact that the low that this front is coming out of up in Canada is just getting stronger. I mean, this thing is turning into a monster over Saskatchewan and Manitoba. Huge pressure gradient. So we're seeing a big circulation, heavy rains likely over the Canadian prairies, which is good. They could use some moisture. But the stronger that the low gets, the more energy and moisture it pulls farther north to the main body circulation, and to the detriment of our frontal boundary down here. So we still look for the front to come through. It still is going to be nice and strong in terms of a change, but it may not have quite as much moisture available right now. As we move through the period from next Wednesday through Friday, I'm looking probably for 1/4 to 1 inch rainfall totals at the maximum. But the way this thing is developing right now, we're probably going to have to skew that more toward the lower end of that range. And this would be Corn Belt wide. Coverage still may be 50 to 75%. But again, if this low continues to get stronger, we are going to be dealing with less and less moisture across the Corn Belt. As we move into the extended period, still looking at a nice dry and somewhat cooler air mass coming in for August 1st through the 5th. Another front for the 6th and 7th. Same thing we've been saying for the past 2 to 3 days. No change there. Overall, this forecast pattern doesn't look too difficult, doesn't look too bad across a large part of the growing area. If you need any more questions answered on the weather, feel free to give us a call at Allendale. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin.